Do you want to improve your metal vocals? Then this is the right video for you. Today we are going to look at how to make your metal vocals 10 times better. And the best part is, it's simple. We are beginners ourselves. We've been screaming for 1.5 years now. We've got a lot of coaching, we did a lot of practicing, and we picked up a few tricks and tips along the way that we want to share with you to make your screams better. Trust us, we wish we knew that shit a lot sooner. Today we want to look at 3 things specifically and make sure to stay until the end because we're going to do a before and after comparison of our screams. And while we're at it, make sure you subscribe for more Scream Dudes content like this. The first thing we want to take a look at today, and that's by far the most important thing we've learned along on our screaming journey. And if you want to take one thing away from the video, this is it. It's relaxation. Relaxation is the key to good metal vocals. If we see metal vocalists on stage, we see them going like da 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 da, and it looks like there's force behind it, there's power, there's constriction, but it's actually not the case. Metal vocals should come very, very easily and effortlessly, because if we constrict, if we are too tense, we are going to hurt ourselves. Metal vocals are relaxed. It's something you have to get used to, and this relaxation is nothing that comes super easy. This will take months. So, how do you get relaxed? The key to relaxation mainly is a good warm-up routine. There's some other things in there, some things we're going to look at later, like distortion placement, but the main thing you should do before you start screaming is warm-up. Today we're going to show you our current warm-up routine that works really well for us. Editing Eric here, I want to make a quick correction. This is not supposed to be a warm-up video. The exercise we show you can use at any point, at any time, to get more comfortable with your false chords, to get more relaxed, to make your screams sound better. We use them mostly in our warm-up now, but don't treat this as a warm-up only video. You can use this at any point in time. And to prove that we're not full of shit, we're going to show you a little clip of our vocals before we warm up, without doing anything beforehand, and afterwards, after being warmed up, because when you're not warmed up, you tend to push too much, you tend to tense up, and you tend to hurt yourself, all of the things you don't want, and that make your vocals sound bad. Let's start with the vocal samples without any warm-up.
Pain is killing me. Pain is killing me. Following footprints in circles, going snowblind. Exits overgrown inside the maze of my mind. Crawling out of the crypt to bleed the living dry. In its fantasy, the villains when the heroes die.
One thing we can already notice is that wasn't really a good idea. I have pain in my throat. I really felt that. I don't know how it's about you.
Pain too.
Yeah. So before we do any more damage to ourselves, let's warm up. We're going to start with a warm-up routine. For me, the first thing I do is warm up with this thing. It's basically a silicone straw inside of a water bottle, and we're going to blow and hum into it, and that's going to be the first step to slowly start warming up our vocal cords and false cords. JP, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna warm up with some standard vocal warm-up exercises from Melissa Cross.
The key to this as a metal vocals is to keep everything relaxed. Don't do like... do...
Z, 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 Z. Oh, Gia, Gia, Gia. Oh.
Woo! As you can see, our voices are warmed up now. It feels much stronger, it feels much smoother, it feels much more relaxed. But we are, or at least we are, screaming with our false chords. And now it's time to warm up the false chords. We're going to start with some very simple exercises to start getting into false chords. Then we're going to do some Kargyraa before we then slowly move on into full false chord screams.
Whoa.
We're going to do the dog exercise where you just start with an O, very forward O, and then move into like a very soft false chord. I like that more than starting directly with Kargyraa, because there you tend to be too tense and hurt yourself. So we're just going to very gently start feeling our false chords and start feeling our way into it. Oh. Oh. Really quickly, important for this exercise, you want to do an O sound and then quickly release it into a very soft false chord. You don't want to change anything here. Oh. Oh. Like a dart. Oh. Oh. You should feel some gentle vibrations in your false chord there. Don't tense up, just keep it relaxed.
Relaxation, baby.
Oh. 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 That's starting to sound good, so up next is some Kargyraa or throat singing. We're going to link a tutorial below that explains it really, really well, better than we could, and it helped us a lot. Kargyraa is basically Mongolian throat singing, Tuvan throat singing, whatever you want to call it, throat singing, which means there is a mix of true voice and false chords. And now that we have warmed up both a little bit, we can use Kargyraa to find our proper distortion placement, because a good and full Kargyraa sound only comes from a very good distortion placement, the right amount of tension and the right amount of airflow. So when we hit that spot, we know we're right. We just need to take our voice out, and then we have our false chord scream. Das ist noch nicht. That's Kargyraa. We are also beginners. We're also pretty new to this. The distortion placement wasn't the best. I had to cough a few times, but try to get it as relaxed as possible. Don't do like a that's wrong. Relaxed. And then from Kargyraa we can go into a false chord scream. Try to do an O, stay on the same note. Now that our true chords are warmed up and our false chords are warmed up, let's talk about the second very important thing when it comes to making your screams sound better, and that is distortion placement. The reason we did Kargyraa earlier was also to already work on that. If you can do a full sounding Kargyraa, and it's very relaxed and it sounds full and it feels right and you don't hurt yourself doing it, you already have a very good spot for your distortion. Your job is to keep it there once you go into your full false chord. Why is distortion placement important? For me, that was the biggest struggle besides relaxation. I wasn't relaxed, so I constricted my throat. I pushed my entire larynx down to create my false chord sound. It worked. It sounded very chunky, very but it wasn't very smooth, and I only could do lows, I couldn't do mids, I couldn't do highs. It was very difficult to do. I couldn't speak in the beginning. It was very, very tough.
Meine Screams klingen besser. I will rise. I will rise.
Now that we had coaching, we do all these exercises, we do proper warm-ups, my distortion placement now is a lot better. How do you know that you have good distortion placement if Kargyraa isn't working for you yet? Basically what everybody tells you, and what also was told to me, and I didn't believe it at first, was that if you have a good distortion placement, you feel your distortion primarily at the top of your mouth, in your soft palate, at the back of your tongue. You primarily feel it above your true chords and your false chords. In the beginning, it only vibrated in my throat. I only felt it here. I never felt anything really up here. Why? I wasn't relaxed. I didn't have good distortion placement. And you can only have good distortion placement if you are relaxed enough. So relaxation always comes first. Relaxation solves 90% of your problems. Also, Mark from Kargyraa Academy once said, metal vocal coaches are basically relaxation coaches. And so far, this has held true for us. So, distortion placement, do lots of Kargyraa. Kargyraa is your friend. Experiment, play with your sounds, stay relaxed, and find out when you can feel it here. Because once you have good distortion placement, once you are relaxed enough, you can do anything. You can speak fast, you can do mids, you can do lows, you can do highs. You're free to do whatever you want to do. If you're not relaxed, if you don't have good distortion placement, it's not going to happen. So those are the two most important things. And the third thing, and you probably heard about that already, if you want to make your screams sound better, cool and awesome, use filters. That means use your mouth shapes, use your tongue, use anything at your disposal. Mark from Kargyraa Academy pulls on his beard to shape the sound you want to do. Some pretty basic examples, the sound we all know and love, tunnel throat. You shape your tongue into a tunnel. It makes you sound very hollow. You wouldn't sing like this, but you can scream like this, and you can get a sound from like a to a or flip your tongue upwards. You can do a guttural. You can push your tongue into your cheek. You You can do a twisted kind of thing. You can do mouth shapes. Experiment, have fun. Mouth shapes make your sound awesome, more inhuman and more epic, and it's a lot of fun. Quick disclaimer. Those three things aren't everything. There's a lot of other things that go into good screaming as well. There is breath support, there is the right amount of air to activate your false chords. There's a lot of other things going on there too. We don't want to take away from that, but if we had to bring it down to a few very important things on our journey, also as beginners like you, it's relaxation, number one, by far. Second, distortion placement, which only happens with good relaxation. And third, use your mouth. That's what she said, but it's true. Before we show you our final vocals after having warmed up and done all these exercises, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It would help us out a lot, and there will be a lot more videos like this one coming where we share our tips, tricks and practices with you that will also help you along your journey like they helped us. So click the button. Here are the final vocals.
Pain is killing me. Pain is killing my pain is killing my pain is killing my. Following footprints in circles, going snowblind. Exits overgrown inside the maze of my mind. Crawling out of the crypt to bleed the living dry. In its fantasy that villains when the heroes die. Following footprints in circles, going snowblind. Exits overgrown inside the maze of my mind. Crawling out of the crypt to bleed the living dry. In its fantasy that villains when the heroes see.
Thank you so much for watching the video. This is really the stuff that helped us the most on our 1.5 year journey, and we really hope it will help you too. If you have questions, if you have thoughts, if you have feedback, let us know in the comments, and also let us know what topic you want to hear about next. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and see you next time at Scream Dudes.